Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art, and I'm out here going for a walk again out by the river, and I thought I'd talk to you. I remembered I had a selfie stick, so that makes it a lot easier just to talk to you. Anyways, I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I guess I'm going to be sporadic, like I said before. We're still working on the Spreaker thing to get the radio show going. I still have not had time. I guess I have had the time. I haven't had the inclination to want to do the website. After all of this, like I always said, that the nuclear contamination is really all mezclado. It's all mixed up with every social issue that we have. Inequality, racism, government lies, corruption, military overthrow. I mean, everything that's happened. We basically have had the military take over our government, which is why our elected officials will not stop nuclear. They will not even admit nuclear causes a problem. I actually saw a video, an article this morning in Forbes. I have been avoiding reading it. It's been in the Google News thing for, I don't know, newsfeed a few days about, well, if nuclear power plants are a threat, then how come the terrorists don't ever use them? That's so typical of these people. So the fundamental thing that they said was, well, then they must be safe because no one's ever used them as a nuke weapon. They've never weaponized the nuclear power facilities. So I think that's completely ridiculous, obviously. And we don't know if they haven't been used, actually. There is some speculation that the nuclear power plants in the Ukraine were actually used. But the lid has been clamped down on that tight, just like everything that's related to nuclear is. It's almost like when Weinstein said, let's see if I can straighten this up a little bit. When Weinstein said they were the nuclear priesthood, I kind of think that they really believe that, because think about it, like the shroud of secrecy that's gone around it. And then, this complete destruction, the Republicans for the last year have been going, yay, Scott Pruitt's rolling back regulations. And now that Scott Pruitt is gone, they're saying, oh my God, it's going to take us a long time to clean up from the harm that he's done. Well, you can't undo poison that quickly. That's the drag about it. You just can't wash it away. It doesn't work like that. It takes years and years. So them rolling back these regulations and allowing the polluters to pollute, even if they stopped it today, it's kind of like the nuclear stuff. They know that. Why do you think they're not telling us? They know how freaking harmful it is. I mean, I'm beyond myself. This is partly why, like with the radio show, now that I'm not doing it, I want to do it. I miss interviewing what I consider to be my friends and making new friends. I want us to speak out. I want to provide that venue, so I'm going to be doing that. That's why I'm doing the show, but I don't have an enthusiasm about it. I've been listening to Mark Borzeski, who's a spiritual guidance teacher, and he talks about living in love and just, it's true. It's why I love his work. He talks about how magnificent every single one of us are, like how really beautiful our lives are, and our bodies are just our bodies. They're not our spirits, right? So, and there are other realms of existence that we live in. I don't believe in a linear track of existence. So this isn't, and I do believe that we came here on purpose. Oh, so all of that mixed up together and living through this time of treason, open treason, like just a complete disregard for the rule of law. And I think there's people that go, yeah, we need to upset that cart because You know, nothing's been working, it's all wrong. Well, it's all wrong because it's all been corrupted. Like, the idea was correct, but, you know, if we can allow a person who sets up a system that rips infants out of its mother's arms, and to say, yeah, we can get those kids, yeah, no problem, and then, oh, well, we actually can't find the children. We don't have any real way to link the people up. And just because somebody says they're the parent of the kid, and there were pictures of them taken together at that time, doesn't mean that they're there, so we got to keep them where they're wards of the state. And what was the word last night? That the Trump administration is now saying that they're considering permanent placement in foster care as reunification with parents. These people are fucking monsters, you guys. And this is, like, what do we expect out of them? The same bastards that are killing our children with nuclear contamination. Like, what the heck? But you know what? I swear to God, if I saw Scott Pruitt, if I saw Nielsen, what's that stupid jerk's name from the Department of Energy, the one with the glasses, Rick Perry, you bet I'd talk to them. They would not be able to have dinner anywhere, or sit and have coffee, or walk in the grocery store. You bet I would walk right up to them and ask them, why are you lying? Why are you creating a system? Why are you sitting here at dinner when there's children lost? Why are you sitting here when there's nuclear contamination all over the Midwest, all over the middle of our country? Every corner of our country is completely contaminated with nuclear contamination and chemical pollution. I mean, the grotesqueness of what they have done to our nation is, no. You know what? Is that civil for them to be allowed to sit and eat a meal? Fuck them. Like, honestly, no. And so, I don't know. I've had so much on my mind. Like, this is why I haven't had the enthusiasm to just like, oh, I've got to use all my spare time to go get that radio show together. That has just not been where it's at. My heart has been aching. My head has been aching. I can actually even barely get my work done because I'm just like, what a mind fuck this has been. What a complete mind fuck it is. And then I remember that we're higher beings, we're higher spirits, and we're called here for a purpose. And that I'm here on purpose. And that part of why I'm supposed to be here is to be able to make these videos with you. Because I'm compelled to do it. They make me happy. We have to do the stuff that makes us happy. Like when I actually get the interviews going, I love that. That's so much fun. I love speaking with activists and hearing them like put up the good fight. Because we can't just lay down. And it is going to have to take millions of us fighting them back. Because they have all the money and resources. Look what they've done to our poor soldiers. The ones that just stood on a deck and mopped up nuclear radiation. Their families are sick. They're sick. Several have died. And our government's like, screw you. It wasn't caused by a meltdown. The denial over this is going to be the new thing. They're going to say that nuclear contamination does not cause any harm at all. That we're going to have to just accept that that has just been hyperbole and fear, and they are not going to study it, and they're just going to, you know, we're going into la la land with the nuclear contamination. Look at the ducks, how cute. Oh my gosh. Can you guys see these ducks? Oh, they're so cute. Why do we like ducks? I don't know, but I like ducks. They're cute. Quack, quack, quack. Anyways, I wanted to put this out because there's just so much going on. And I'm just like dumbfounded. That story that, oh, well, the summation in the Forbes, I mean, we do know that Forbes is the biggest perpetrator of nuclear lies. I mean, so why am I shocked? But I guess it's like when I woke up this morning at 4 in the morning and turned on Fox News to listen to Mike Huckabee say that the Democrats want to destroy the country and the radical left hates ICE and ICE is a good people. No, ICE is not good people. ICE is a racist Gestapo. Anybody who has any family in there knows there's only one color in that institution, and it is brown. They do not arrest people from Canada and throwing them into ICE detention camps. Unless they're brown. They will arrest brown people from Canada. So, Fox News is just a dangerous, really propaganda, pro-military. I mean, how our country has turned into this fascist regime is just beyond me. How easily the Republicans have abdicated democracy for fascism. I mean, and it is on the Republican watch. I'm sorry, folks. Obama didn't fucking do it. Trump has done it. Trump has turned our country into a fascist, racist, bigoted state. Openly. Let's put it to you that way. Those forces were subverted and in the closet where they fucking need to be, racist bastards. You know what it is they're just so insecure. They're afraid that they're not going to be as good as the brown people and the black people. Such bullshit. Anyways, I'm coming across some walkers. I'm beginning to think, how long have I been talking? 11 minutes. Well, I'm going to keep talking anyways. I don't care. I see me talking to my camera. So, okay. I don't know. See, here's the river. It's the walk along the river. I don't think I can reverse the camera once I'm on it. I think I have to actually, can only do it the way that it says it's supposed to go. So, but anyways, if you have any suggestions on ways that we can combine forces and actually make an effort to stop these bastards outside of doing the mainstream, what do they call them? NGOs, non-government organizations? No. You know, these non-profits like Resist and Rise. I saw those guys yesterday on TV. You know, that lady who climbed the Statue of Liberty, it was an impromptu act. She was there as a protest for part of this group, and she just did it. But none of them were talking about impeachment. And I think we need to be talking about impeachment. We need impeachment hearings. We need to at least hang on to our Constitution. Go back to the rule of law, if we can. I don't think we can, though. Oh, fuck, man. This is the Doomosphere. I want to thank Vegematic for giving me that phrase. The Doomosphere. I actually hadn't thought of it as that, but I guess that's what it is. Maybe that's what us Fuku fighters are, Doomospheres. But you know what, like I listened to Dave's podcast yesterday, which, by the way, Dave only has like less than 300 subscribers. All of my subscribers ought to be subscribing to Dave Parrish. Parrish. He comes out with a video once a week for the Fuku fighters, but everybody should listen to it because it really helps. Okay. So that's Dave, D-A-V-E, space, P-A-R-R-I-S-H. So, but you know, Dave came out with a video yesterday that was really so good about not giving up and just how we are actually being effective. And pick a cause. Like, if nuclear's not your gig, if you can't handle it, pick something, because there's a lot of things. It's going to take all of us to get off and to stop these people, these monsters. They really do want to turn our country and our world into a militaristic Kim Jong-un Russian state democracy. You know, Russia's not a true democracy. Let's get clear. Putin controls the whole shit. I mean, he's Mr. Dictator himself, right? How many guys has he openly killed? His political opponents just get openly killed in the street. So, that's not democracy, folks. Sorry. And by the way, Fox News, and CBS News. China is a communist state. It is not a socialist state. Fuckers, I heard them this morning, both of them. Well, you know, China's a socialist state. Fuck, China's not a socialist state. China's a fucking militaristic, pretty well controlled, capitalistic, communistic state. They combine communism with capitalism. And George Bush loved it. So did Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon showed him how. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful it is here. I'm so grateful I get to do this every day. Anyways, I'm going to end here, you guys. Thanks for listening to me share my thoughts. I really love you all. I'm really glad that you listen to my channel. The multitudes of spirits that come to my channel. Okay. Ciao. Love you guys. Put your courage feet on.